stare at her for like 30 seconds of like like eye to eye, like uninterrupted, like silently just looking at each other for like 30 seconds, and you just stare at each other. And
I don't know if I could do that.
And
like look a stranger in the eye for 30
yeah,
seconds.
and like some people would like leave like crying, like bawling, like just like that level of intimacy.
Yeah,
you know?
It's an incredibly intimate thing. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's really dope. And like looking into that, like that's how I found a spaghetti cooter.
We gotta find out her name. So
yeah, like we're like debasing like this thing that she might be like her like greatest thing accomplishment.
That might be her Mona Lisa.
But
Citizen Kane.
But homegirl, like she had this like this lover for like 10 years or whatever, and
this is the girl, the lady,
the crazy eyes, and they
the eye of Sauron,
and they had this relationship, and at one point they're like, our relationship has gone as far as it can go, like they came to like this decision,
mutual,
yeah, and they're like, and they walked not the entire length of the Great Wall, but a fucking grip of it, and met in the middle, like embraced, and then fucking just dipped out and never saw each other again. Weird. Fucking dude shows up, sits down, and she just isn't like, you can like, she doesn't say anything.
Right.
I think he leans over, like she doesn't say anything, and she's staring at him, and she's shocked, and you just see her face go from like shock to like joy, like to like serenity almost, like
right.
I can't believe he's here, like, oh my god, he's here, like, oh wow, it's so great to see him.
Right.
And then she starts crying. He like leans over and like whispers something and dips out, and then she like wipes her tears and kind of composes herself and then goes on. It was fucking insane, dude.
That should be that's a movie right there. That's an ending of a movie.
Yeah, dude. Like, isn't that crazy? They fucking walk the Great Wall, like embrace, like dip out. That's it. Clean break.
I couldn't do that. Could you?
Oh God, no! Like
if I love somebody, like I hang on to the bitter end. I'm like a little kid hanging onto my mom's leg. No.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking like I'm like
I go down
like
with
John.
the ship.
I'm like John Cusack in High Fidelity. Like, I love you. Let's work this out, you stupid bitch. Like, that's me. Not like, oh yeah, for sure, this relationship has gone as far as it can go.
Yeah, that's like Buddha level, like serenity, like and self-knowledge and strength. Like I don't, even whenever in the past I knew something wasn't working, I would still hang on because it's like, well, I can't be alone.
No, yeah.
And if I don't have this person, I'm going to die alone. I just know it.
I mean, well, there's that. There's like, I'm so comfortable in this.
Even if I'm miserable, I know it. It's the devil I know.
Yeah, the devil I know. But also you remember, like, well, it was good, so maybe it's not good now. But yeah,
and it's hard to tell sometimes because you're like, well, maybe it's just a rough patch. Like, you don't know. Yeah, it's just what you can take in the moment. You just don't know. You don't.
You don't know shit. No one knows anything. All I know is that I don't know. Operation Ivy, 1989.
Truly the wisest men.
The wisest of men.
The Socrates of punk rock.
Of ska punk.
Ska punk.
I'd say like punk ska. More punk than ska. They didn't have any horns, but...
More game than video.
Yes.
I'm also I finished BioShock 2 on Memorial Day. That's what I did all day. I played the last half of the game, but now I'm playing the original Mass Effect, which was originally only released for the 360, but... They put it on the PlayStation network, so I picked that up, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy a good role-playing game.
A good roll in the hay.
Yeah.
A good roll in the play.
The digital hay.
I've been playing a lot of Perfect Dark. Haven't really touched Skyrim.
The Legendary Edition comes out Tuesday. I think I'm going to pick that up because it's got all the DLC. That's downloadable content for you video game neophytes.
I should probably finish that. I've had it for it's been out like a year and a half, right?
It came out in November of 2011.
Yeah, so like a year and a half.
Yeah. Love that game.
What movies have we seen lately? Well, we saw Star Trek, which we talked about.
We saw Star Trek.
Saw Iron Man 3, we talked about that. I saw Epic.
Did you like it?
It's alright.
Becca wants to see it. I think it looks kind of cool.
I mean...
It had a great trailer. Did you see the trailer with the Snow Patrol song in it? But like, it was not like a Snow Patrol song. It was just like it's off one of their old albums or something. It's like the 16-minute long song, but it's got like a 4-minute musical intro. And the intro is the music they used in the original trailer, and there are almost no words in the trailer. So it's like, what the fuck am I looking at? This looks amazing.
Oh.
It looks epic.
Oh, I didn't like the name of the title. Like, I hate that word.
You don't like the word epic?
Well, not anymore.
What? Why not?
Just
what
dude, epic fail.
Oh,
like,
okay,
oh
yeah.
god, you're the worst.
We gotta take it back for the Greeks.
It was all right. I mean, it wasn't anything. It didn't like blow my mind.
Did you see it by yourself?
No, I saw it with 2 kids. Actually, I saw it at a drive-in.
That sounds like fun.
I went back in time, took this copy of the movie with me.
So I'm gonna blow your mind.
No, they opened up a drive-in in Fort Worth called the Coyote.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's pretty dope. Yeah, you tune your radio to the dial, to the station.
To the FM.
Yeah, it's like an FM transmitter. And
so it's just inside your car.
Yep. And
you choose the volume.
Exactly. I parked backwards and opened up the back. I have a SUV, so we opened up the back and like put the seats down and chilled out in the back. And it was really funny because one time someone honked.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone honked and like, all right, whatever. Then like a few minutes later, like they honked again, and one of the kids like, well, why are they doing that? And I said, oh, it's because they're scared. I don't know, whatever.
Children.
And then there was a pretty like intense battle scene.
Right.
And to me, I'm just like, whatever. Like, you know, like.
But these kids are.
And like, yeah, they're like, oh, they're anxious, and like, I was like, I wish I had that. I wish I wasn't so dead inside. And then one of them was like, oh, I wish I could honk the horn right now.
That's awesome. You know, that's the great thing about watching movies when you're a kid. Is you don't understand the rules, the tropes.
No, yeah, no, exactly.
You feel like anything could happen.
Yeah, and that's how these kids felt. Like they're like they don't know that. Yeah, for sure. Like the good guys are gonna win, and you know, like the homegirl's gonna turn big again, and
nobody's gonna get disemboweled
or
killed or like in a horrible graphic way because this is for children.
Yeah, and then I show them Empire, and I'm like, psych. Like, yeah, all your greatest fears are realized. Like, yeah, anything does happen, for sure.
Empire Strikes Back or Empire of the Sun?
Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, okay.
Empire Records.
All your fears are real. Ethan Embry.
They're loosely related, but there's definitely like an arc there.
There's a trilogy.
Empire trilogy.
We should do that as a. We should figure what order do they go in. Is it chronological production dates? So it would be Empire Strikes Back, Empire of the Sun, Empire Records.
I'd say Empire Records first.
Okay.
Just because it's so. I mean, if we're going by like the rules of the trilogy,
right? It's light. It's fun.
Yeah.
It can stand alone. Empire Strikes Back, though, would probably need to be in the middle, right?
Well, I mean,
it's the middle chapter.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to think about that. We'll think about that off air.
Yeah, that's going to be our work of art, showing the Empire trilogy in Fort Worth.
But I saw Epic. It was all right. I mean, it wasn't awful.
You and I are going to go see a movie this week. Why are we going to see it? I know why I'm going.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why you're going to go see it. I'm going to go see it because it seems like as a host of a
science fiction,
sci-fi / gaming / fantasy / all things
speculative fiction culture.
All things you would find inside a comic book store, pretty much.
Right.
Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
After Earth should be a movie that I see.
That you take in for no other reason than so you can comment on.
Yeah, because I mean for sure. But I don't. Yeah, that's why I'm watching it, and I almost just want to quit doing the podcast. Be like, I don't have that excuse anymore.
Well, I read Drew McWeeny, who's Moriarty from Ain't It Cool News. He actually gave it a decent review. He gave it a B-, and he said that if this movie had been released in the 80s and if Shyamalan's name weren't attached to it, it would be beloved by a certain age group the same way that Goonies or something else is. It's a picture that's not specifically aimed at children the way something like Epic is, but it still has a young protagonist. And I guess it's really more Jaden's show than Will's.
And I heard he's not very good.
I've heard that's.
If you go to Rotten Tomatoes, if you go to Top Critics, there's like 37 reviews. Or when I looked, there were like 37 reviews. 4 of them were positive.
But were they really positive?
Well, one of them was like 3 out of 4 stars, and the other 3 that were positive were like 2.5 out of 4, which was like it's just like thumbs like slightly up. It's like
I'm not gonna kill this guy at the end.
It might be like a red box.
Right.
Red box is hoe. But I don't want to see it. It looks not good.
You don't have to.
What happened to Shyamalan, dude?
Yeah, let's talk. There was
What's
a time
up with
when
that?
M. Night Shyamalan was my...
That was my homie, dude. I would be wearing one of those shirts with him on it, and it'd say Shyamalan is my homeboy.
Right.
Like, everyone was rocking, like, the Jesus is my homeboy. I'm like,
Right.
dude, no.
It's
This Indian dude. Have you seen Unbreakable? That shit is dope!
Unbreakable had a seismic effect on me in the theater. We were 17. We didn't see it together. I think you saw it with everybody else, with all our friends.
I saw it, yeah.
And I guess I was working that night. So I went to see it with my mom. And, like, it just hit me. I was at the right place in my life or whatever, but I wept at the end of that movie. I was like, that was the most perfect... Because it was before comic book movies were really around again.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like, X-Men had come out,
X-Men had come out. That was it. Spider-Man hadn't come out yet. Like, we were not awash in superheroes.
And so, like, just being as, like, comic book fans, we're like, oh, like, this has to do with comics, kind of.
Right.
And then it wasn't until after the fact we're like, holy shit, that was an origin story. That was a legit comic book movie.
That's right. And I started weeping when Sam Jackson had the line. I like actually weeping about whenever he said, you know how I knew? It was because the kids, they called me Mr. Glass. And you can see that he's like in this state of ecstasy, but also like heartbroken because, you know, he has that line, now that we know who you are, I know who I am. And it's just like, oh God, like it's a twist, but it's before the twist started feeling obligatory. It's a good twist. Like,
well,
it hurts.
Yeah, I mean, well, because
you like the character.
Because, well, it's all great villains are they have tragedy in their life. Like the Joker, like, you know, if we go by Alan Moore's origin story, The Killing Joke, you know, he was a down on his luck comedian who, you know,
took one bad job.
His wife it was a pregnant wife ended up dying, and so
through an accident, like the stove, was the bad wiring, or something.
Blew up or something, and so like that's the tragedy in his life that, you know, that and it him it's like one bad day can turn anyone,
right?
And that's what makes that character so compelling. It's because it's not just, you know, he's a fucking sociopath or he's just crazy. He just does it to do it.
Right.
I mean, like if you watch or if you read Jeff Johns' Batman Earth One.
No thanks.
Yeah, you shouldn't. There's a villain called like the Birthday Killer, and he's like a pedophile or something, and he's huge and he's hulking and he kidnaps girls that look like his first victim, and it was on her birthday or whatever. And he's creepy because he's like, happy birthday, gives him a cake, and he's crazy.
Right.
And he's got like a burlap sack over his head, and he's creepy looking, but it's like, I don't.
So generic.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, yeah, it's creepy, whatever, who cares? But something like a Joker, or something like Mr. Glass, I mean, that's...
Green Goblin.
You can't, exactly. You can't help but feel bad for him, because you're like, his whole life, he's been walking around like trying to figure out like what's my place in this world.
Right.
Why do I exist? You know, I have this crazy disease where if I get pushed, like if someone shoves me against the wall, like I'm in the fucking hospital for 6 months.
Right.
Like, you know, why am I here? Like, why? Like, what the fuck is my fucking point?
Yeah.
And
why would any?
And I talk about it for 10 seconds and I get angry. Right. This motherfucker lives his whole lifetime. He fucking goes nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, the flashback scenes with him and in the, you know, that are sprinkled throughout the early parts of the film really hammer that home. Like, the movie opens with his birth, you know, and the broken arms and legs, and what's awesome is that he's serving sort of the mentor and the villain, which is also great whenever the hero and the villain are actually in some way friends, and which also gets brought up at the end because Lex Luthor and Superman in the original stories were friends as kids.
Yeah.
And then things went sour. And I think that's always great if the villain has a emotional tie to the hero. That's one of the great things about Norman Osborn in the Green Goblin is that he's his best friend's dad.
Yeah. And then later when it's Harry, he's like, that's my best friend.
Yeah, and he has to take out his best friend. Or does he take him out? How does Harry die? Or is it an accident?
I think the goblin serum he takes like kind of kills him at some point.
It kind of becomes a drug addiction story, right?
No, because he was on actual drugs.
Oh, okay.
But I think like he tried to boost up the serum and it was at dangerous levels and they had to go back to formula or whatever. But he ended up dying because of it, I think. But I think he like saved like his wife and kids at the very end, but died. Like, died saving his kids. His wife and kid.
But yeah, Shyamalan, like, Sixth Sense, I watched again earlier this year. Great movie.
Dude, that
so
scene
good.
with him and with little Haley Joel
And
his mom.
Yeah, and what's that actress's name? She's in United States of Terror. Toni Collette.
Toni Collette.
She's so